Have you ever looked at Chinese characters and just seen this beautiful but kind of impenetrable wall of symbols? Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. But what if I told you there's a hidden logic, a secret code that, once you know it, helps you understand hundreds of words almost instantly? Well, today, we're going to crack that code together.
It sounds like a trick question, doesn't it? I mean, how could you possibly get that much of a head start with so little to memorize? It seems impossible when you're looking at what feels like thousands of totally unique characters.
The secret is that Chinese characters aren't just random squiggles. Nope, they're actually smart, logical combinations of smaller parts. And today, you and we're going to become code breakers. So here's our game plan. We'll start by cracking the Chinese code. Then I'll let you in on the big secret: character radicals. After that, we'll be decoding your first radicals. Then you get to test your new superpower, and by the end, you'll see the language differently. Let's do it.
So what is this master key to unlocking Chinese? Well, it's something called a radical. And trust me, understanding this one concept is the single biggest shortcut you can take to learning the language.
A radical, or bushou in Chinese, is basically a graphical component that gets reused in tons of different characters. Its job is to give you a hint, a clue about the character's general meaning. You know, you can almost think of it like a hashtag. If you see a certain radical, you know the character belongs to a certain category, like hashtag water, or hashtag people, or hashtag actions.
Now, here's what makes this so incredibly powerful. Most Chinese characters, we're talking over 80%, are a combination of two parts. You've got the meaning radical, which is what we're focusing on today, and that gives a clue to the meaning. Then there's often a sound component, which gives a hint about how to say it. By just focusing on that meaning part, we can start guessing what words mean, even if we've never seen them before.
All right, theory time is over. Let's get our hands dirty and actually start decoding. We're going to look at 5 of the most common radicals you'll see absolutely everywhere.
First up, we have ren, which is pronounced ren. It literally looks like a person walking, right? When you see this little guy, often on the left side of a character, it is a huge clue that the character has something to do with people.
Just look at these examples. The character for you, ni, and for he, ta, both have that person radical right there on the left. But check this out. This is my favorite one. The character for rest, shu, it's literally a picture of a person, ren, leaning against a tree, mu. It's a whole story in one little symbol. How cool is that?
Okay, next up, these 3 little dots on the left. This is the radical for water, shui, or shui. Anytime you see this, your brain should immediately think liquid or something to do with water.
And you can see just how consistent this is. The character for river, kawa, it's got the water radical. The character for wash, sea, yep, it has water too. And to swim, yogi, of course you need water for that. See? The code is already starting to feel less like a code and more like, well, common sense.
Let's keep the momentum going. This symbol here, shou, is the hand radical, or shou. If a character is about an action you do with your hands, there's a really good chance you're going to see this guy in there somewhere. Think about it for a second. To hit something, da, you use your hand. To take something, na, you use your hand. To push, tui, again, it's a hand action. This radical is basically a big signpost that says, hey, hand action required. We actually just saw this one a moment ago in the character for rest. This is mu, or mu, the wood radical. It looks like a little tree, and it's your go-to clue for anything related to trees, wood, or stuff made from wood.
So, as you'd probably guess, the character for tree, shu, has the wood radical in it, but so do things made from wood. A chair, yi, and a table, zuo, both have it. The logic is just beautifully simple. For our last radical in this section, let's talk about something we can all get behind: food. This is shi, pronounced shi. When you see this component, it's a massive hint that the character is about eating, drinking, or just nourishment in general.
So the character for rice or a meal, fan, has the food radical. The feeling of being hungry, obviously related to food, and drink, in, it's all part of the same category. You're seeing the pattern now, right?
Okay, so in just a few minutes, you have learned the building blocks for literally hundreds of words. You've been given a new superpower. So what do you say we put it to the test right now? Take a look at this character. We just saw it, but try to ignore the right side for a second. Just focus on the radical on the left. What category does that put this character into?
Exactly. You spotted the food radical, sure. Even if you couldn't remember the exact word, you knew instantly it had something to do with food. And you were totally right. Means hungry. See? You did it.
Okay, let's try one more. This one's a bit of a story. What are the two radicals you see here, and what story do you think they're trying to tell you?
You got it. It's a person, hito, next to a tree, moku. It's the perfect image for taking a break, right? To rest, kyu. This isn't just about memorizing things, it's about understanding the picture and the story behind the symbol. You're not just learning, you're decoding.
And that right there is the fundamental shift. Once you start recognizing radicals, Chinese characters stop being these intimidating abstract symbols. They totally transform into logical and often pretty obvious little stories.
With just the handful of radicals we covered today, you now have the key to begin decoding the meaning of over 500 different words. No joke. Your brain is now officially wired to see these patterns everywhere.
So you came here seeing a wall of symbols, and now you're leaving with the ability to see stories. The code has been cracked. The only question left is, what will you read next?